Hello and welcome to this episode of Market Kya Lagta Hai. Guys, there is a fierce selling that is taking place in US market, and here we are going to analyze Indian indices like Nifty as well as Bank Nifty from the point of view of a technical analysis. So let us not get into the tariffs, let us not get into the retaliatory tariffs which are imposed by China and how it is going to impact the US and the world economies. I'm no expert in that, but what we can understand is from the charts how Nifty as well as Bank Nifty is poised for coming week and next few days. Now, most important aspect here is that due to tariffs, US markets are currently under pressure, and if you can see here on my screen, I have a Dow Jones daily chart and which shows a massive 5.5% sell-off in Friday's session, right? So it is a big sell-off, and the closing is a lot weaker as the bearish candle is stronger, fierce. The closing seems weaker, so there's a possibility of a further fall in coming days. Now, something with these kind of announcements is that they bring in a lot of volatility, and the volatility index of US market has also gone up to 45. So it is an increase of 50% since Thursday's closing, and it has gone to 45 right now. With context to Indian market, Indian VIX is currently at 13.75, which is a typical bull market ratings for VIX, and it is no way into a volatile phase or volatile mode right now. So this selling is taking place, and here if you take the total fall into account, the total fall that has happened in US market since the topping process is around 15%. So this 15% fall which is already taken place in Indian markets, and right now the Indian markets are showing kind of a strength with respect to the US markets or the world markets. That's very interesting. Now let us move on to Indian market. So let's talk about Nifty 50 and Bank Nifty index. Here on this screen on a daily chart, all you can see is that while Nifty is showing some kind of a retracement here for the first leg of a rally, Bank Nifty is not in a mood to budge, and it is in a way consolidating. So this consolidation in a way is telling us that this is a stronger index. Now see, if I compare let's say if I compare US index with Nifty, then in that case Nifty 50 is stronger as compared to US index, and if I compare Bank Nifty with that of the Nifty 50, then Bank Nifty is a stronger index. So we are talking about it for past couple of months that banking index is a stronger index and has not fallen much as compared to Nifty 50 or Nifty 500. So this in a way is an advantage. So NBFCs and banking stocks, whether it is private banks or even PSU banks, they are showing some kind of a strength, and there is a buying that is taking place. Now what is the background story, that we really don't know, but the charts are suggesting that these banks, NBFCs, are stronger link in this currently lukewarm kind of a economy, right? So let us hope for good. Let's dive into Nifty individual chart, and when we are looking at Nifty individual chart, it has broken the range and gone down near 22,500 odd level. Now if we measure our Fibonacci retracement, basis the Fibonacci retracement, this level is around 50% as of now. What can happen in this particular trend, in this particular rally, is that this is the first leg of rally, this is a retracement, this can go up till let's say 61.8% Fibonacci retracement, and it should bounce. Now why I am saying it should bounce, there is a fall, there is a ferocious selling that is taking place in US market, and I am talking about a rise, I am talking about a rally. It's primarily because we are not as much affected by the tariffs as the rest of the economies, because only 2.5% of the GDP is getting affected due to tariffs. So that is still a manageable number. I am not saying it is not going to create an impact or something like that, but still it's a manageable thing. And most importantly, we have our RBI policy announcement in this particular week, which is going to take place on 9th of April, right? 9th of April, that is, I believe, is Wednesday. So on that particular day, I believe if there is a CRR rate cut of 50 basis point and plus with that an interest rate cut of 0.5%, then the market can get much needed liquidity and it will just zoom off, right? It is applicable to banks, banking stocks, and also bank Nifty. So currently bank Nifty is showing some kind of a strength. If there is an announcement of rate cut, it is more likely to just rise in a rapid manner. Why this seems a better time for this to happen is because currently the economies are under a lot of pressure due to the Trump tariffs, and if the interest rate cut announcement is made on 9th of April, then it will be a very good opportunity for bank Nifty, and so will Nifty 50 will get a better opportunity to rebound from these levels. This is what the expectation is. Now, if we are talking about the range here, in case of Nifty 50, the range will be somewhere around 22,500 to 23,500, right? This is how I am projecting the next week's market move. This is how it is expected. So it should ideally go down first, and then we should see some kind of a rally. Unless and until we are above this level of 23,300 or maybe this 50 EMA level, hourly 50 EMA level. Yeah, ideally this level. Above 23,350, we can say that now we are into safe waters and the market can again start bouncing from these levels. It has to happen in this particular week, otherwise it will get little trickier. Okay, so the target for this particular week can be, first it should go down, right, and after that it should just rally and reach to this level of 23,350, and it should ideally cross above this particular level. So the path, in my opinion, should be something like it should go from here, open somewhere down, then from here it should go up, some consolidation, and the next leg of up move. This is how the market action should ideally take place in my understanding, in as per my opinion, right? So this is how I am looking at this action, and the target again becomes 23,350. Okay, now moving on to bank Nifty. When we are looking at bank Nifty, interestingly, if we see, bank Nifty has not fallen much and it is in a way consolidating, still in a sideways kind of a zone. So if at all there is some gap down kind of a opening, then it can go up till this 51,000 odd level, and from this 51 odd level it should ideally bounce back, and I am expecting a target of somewhere around 52,000 and 52,500. So this is going to be my first target for bank Nifty. The focus more is on banking index. This is my first target, and the second target should be 52,500, right? So these are the two targets that I am looking for in the banking index. Again, the path can also be from here. It can go straight away down, bounce back, some consolidation, and then it should reach to this level. Remember, it is a truncated week. We have a holiday on 10th of April, and so the action should take place before that on 9th. Most likely it should take place. Also, if there is some kind of an announcement, some kind of a relief announcement on this tariff, then in that case Monday morning only we'll see the market recovering and bouncing back. But then all these things are ifs and buts. Technical analysis is something that you can visualize, you can analyze, and then accordingly you can plan your trades. So best of the technical analysis suggests me that even if we open lower, then in that case we will quickly recover and we'll move on to 50,000 first, 52,000 as a first target, and then the 52,500 can be second target. The best chance of this happening will be on 9th of April. That is the day where the RBI policy announcement is to take place. And if the RBI governor manages to provide that interest rate cut, then it should give much needed liquidity and boost to the banking index. That is how I'm looking at it. That's it from me for this particular week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm signing off. Bye bye.